Woodworking notes and tips. The handle washer. Today I would like to deal with what I consider an important application in woodworking, that is the employment of washers. Borrowing from my professional days, I would use the parallel of dunnage. When heavy cargoes were loaded on a ship's cargo hold, almost without exception the ship's officers would ensure that dunnage would have been laid on the lower hold tank top, or on a 'tween deck before the heavy load was placed in position. Here you can see the cargo loaded in a ship's cargo hold with dunnage, wood pieces, of cargo already discharged visible. Wood dunnage, usually, would be employed in the form of 2-inch thick by 6-inch wide boards, and in the case of heavier cargo 3-inch by 9-inch boards, and their purpose would be to distribute the weight of the heavy cargo over a greater area of the ship's structural parts. This is because point loads or concentrated loads may result in damage to a ship's structure, or even to other cargo stowed nearby. Now that I have bored you to death with cargo stowing on ships, let me explain why I started my explanation this way. I have seen on numerous occasions that woodworkers cut a slot on a board of wood and then they pass a threaded bolt through the opening they made. Then they apply a tiny washer before they screw a nut on the threaded bolt. This is quite a pointless exercise because the pressure, or force that is exerted on the sides of the slot by the tightening of the nut will force the washer to bite into the wood and so damage it to the extent that it no longer can fulfill its purpose, which is to distribute the pressure generated by the tightening of the nut. I would go as far as to recommend that when using a bolt, a washer of good size should be applied not only under the nut, but also under the head of the bolt so that there is even spread of the load on both sides of the boards of wood. Washers are not expensive, but when they are used wisely, they will make the tool you are building easier to use and longer lasting. When one deals with wood screws, as in the picture below, the washer used on the left screw is more appropriate than the one used on the right screw. I hope that you enjoyed this short video and that you found it useful for your work. I put a lot into each project video to make sure it's not just inspiring but actually usable. Every tip, every tool choice, and every technique I show is something I've tested to get the cleanest, most accurate results possible. So if you're into building smarter, cleaner, and with confidence, make sure to subscribe, tap that bell so you never miss a build, and give the video a like if you found it helpful. And I want to hear from you, seriously. Drop a comment below. Whether it's a tweak you'd suggest, a feature you'd add, or even how you might adapt this for your own shop, your input doesn't just help the channel, it helps the whole community. Let's build better, together.